Good afternoon. Myself Karthikeyan, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science Engineering, Government College of Engineering, Segipati, Tanjavur. So here, just I am going to talking on the concept of different kind of attacks, which is always to associate with the information. So we know that so if you want to implement the concept of security principles in an organization, every organization always think that the organization content or organization information should not be leaked to others. It means it remains the same. So that is a primary mission of every organization. So in a previous video, just we had a discussion on what are the different kind of attacks, threats are possible. So always we know the threat is a constant danger to the organization. The next I am looking on what are the different type of attacks is possible for every organization information. So first of all, just I am going to define what is attack. So attack means that it is defined as the act or action that takes the advantages of vulnerability to the compromises to the controlled system. It means that so I assume that there is some information content are there. So some loopholes are there in the system. With the help of the loopholes, so I'm a means with the help of, by identifying those weakness, and we are trying to access the information. So that is called to take the advantages of a vulnerability to compromises the controlled system by using that a weakness and try to access the information from that organization. So normally there are 15 types of attacks are possible. One is called as the malicious code, and second one is called hoaxes, Trojan hoaxes, backdoor, password crack, brute force attack, dictionary, denial of service, distributed denial of service, spoofing, man in the middle or TCP hijacking attack, spam, mail bombing, sniffers, social engineering, buffer overflow, and timing attack. So these are the different 15 kind of factors which is associated with for your every attack. Okay, so first look on one by one. The first one is called as a malicious code. So we know malicious code or malicious action. Actually it attacks the information. It is either in the form of virus, worms, or maybe in the form of Trojan horses, and it active web scripts with intent to destroy or steal the information. So means steal the information. With the help of virus or worms or Trojan horses, we are trying to access the information from the security systems. So normally there are 6 different common type of attacks and replication vectors are possible. One is called as an IP scan and attack. It means that it selects the particular IP address and try to attack the information. And the second one is called as a web browsing. Web browsing means that the infection systems are performance. We are going to perform some right actions onto the web file, that is called web browsing. So I think before going to talk on this, just I want to give one simple example on that. So I think everyone's know the concept of CAPTCHA. So normally that in order to implement a high amount of security, not only for a high amount of security, in order to avoid the problem of hacking, that is called attacking, they are using the concept of CAPTCHA because it is a very we are infinitely running and substituting different kind of possible username and password. Even though username we can try for all possible kinds of password with the help of brute force attack and try to hack the information. So but if you are providing a CAPTCHA, so it is it's very difficult to process the information which is on images in the form of images. So further, the CAPTCHA provide one type of security for security principles in order to avoid the concept of creating a virus for automatic authentication. Clear? Okay, so here web browsing means that we are trying to perform some write operation on web files, that is called as web browsing. The first one is called IP scan and attack. It means that we are taking a one one particular system, and we are always trying to hack that particular IP system machine only. And the third one is called as virus. We know what is a virus. A virus is a malicious program. Now it takes the control of entire organization and try to hack the informations. That is called a virus. And next one is called unprotected SAS. Actually, so using means if you are sharing something and we are unable to provide some proper authentication, and so we are sharing those unprotected share will be hacked. And next one is called mass mail. Actually just you are going to send us some malicious code along with your content. So even I already told that so the malicious code always is spread through email only. And the next one is called as that means a simple network management protocol in order to authenticate it into any network. We are using a common, means by using a common password and try to hack the information content. And the next one is called a hoaxes. Actually, hoaxes means we are going to transmission of real, we are going to attach the virus through mail and order for attack the system. And the backdoor or backdoor, we know what is a backdoor. A user have a special privileges. With the help of that special privileges, we are going to hack the informations. And a password crack means that it is attempting for the reverse calculation of the password is called as a cracking. It means that attempting the reverse calculation of your password is called as cracking. So there are two different ways that password may be hacky cracked. So one is called as copy the file in every machine, that is called security account manager file. That is a SAM file from a particular operating system machine. And also second one, using the concept of a hash algorithm to crack the password. So normally in OS, Windows OS and all, if you have a password, we know that every word there is a separate hash value will be generated. So that for every word, that's if you are giving a user password as an input, and for that password we have the hash value will be generated, and there is a hash value which is already to be stored inside of the OS, so that it will be hash values will be matched. Once the hash values are matched, then automatically we can say that it is matched. So that this is the way just we are trying to crack your password. And the next one is called as a brute force attack. So that here in a brute force attack, we are going to we are repeatedly trying to find out all the possible combination of the password. So that computing means here the application of computing and network services are try for every possible combinations. So every possible combination we can try. This is called brute force attack. And the next one is called dictionary. Actually, it is also similar to the brute force attack, but there is a small variations we have. Instead of trying all the possible combinations, we are going to use only the list of commonly used passwords or maybe the random combination of the passwords for a verification, for a random combination of password for cracking the system. And the next one is called as a denial of service or DOS or DDoS attack. That is called distributed denial of service or maybe denial of service attack. So here it means that the attacker sends a large number of connections. There is a large number of mails to the particular information system. So by sending this information, we are trying to stop the machine. I mean that we are trying to make the confusion. We are trying to stop the working principle of that particular machine, and try to by using that vulnerability, we are trying to hack the information from the machine. And a distributed denial of service, in that we are going to in a distributed system, there is we are going to point at only the particular system, and we are trying to hack the information by sending enormous mails to the machine. And the next one, looking on spoofing. Actually the spoofing means that it is the gain of unauthorized access to computers where the hacker send the message with the source IP address that had been forged to indicate that the message are coming from the trusted host. It means that the message will be means that whenever the particular message is coming from someone, if you see the name of the source, it indicates that it is coming from only the valid user. But actually we are make that the message is coming from an authorized user, but actually that the message is sent from unauthorized person. Here I need to quote that one simple example. Actually before past 6 months back, we have some issues. Actually we received messages from our college principal, and there is some informations are there. This is a financial save. Actually it is not sent by the principal, but the thing is it's sent by someone. But actually here the source name all reflected that it is here I believed that the message is coming from only the reliable person only, but actually it is wrong. They are created, it's a forgery that that is a duplicate. Their name created a one duplicate name, but we thought that it is coming from. We are going to make we not reliable, and we are trying to believe that that's a message coming from this reliable source. But actually, that it is coming from unreliable source and trying to get some financial benefits. But anyway, but we are directly interact with the principal and try to identify what's the issue, and then finally it concluded that it is a possible type of attack. So this is the one possible example for spoofing. Actually, the spoofing means that unauthorized person are trying to hack the information and make that for getting some for gathering information, they are sending a message like as authorized person. That is called as a spoofing. So this also suggests that access of information when the hackers to access the information with the forgery action. It is called as a spoofing. And the next one is called as a man in the middle, or maybe we call as a TGP hijacking attack. Here, this is a simple diagrammatic representation for man in the middle or TCP hijacking attack. So here the attacker, so here the third part attacker. So that means that whenever the packet is transferred from source to destination, they are trying to hack the attack and they update that message and they updated the particular packet information, and again we'll push you onto the network. So whenever it reaches the destination, only the updated message, that is a forgery method, that is updated message from the third persons will be forwarded to the destination, and they thought that there is a message is sent by the source. Okay, so this is called a man in the middle or TCP hijacking attack. And next one is called as a spam. So spam, I think everyone know it is a spam. It is unsolicited, it is a commercial mail. So actually that if you are some commercial mails are transferred, if you open those commercial mail, so that commercial mail may have attached with some malicious code. And if you are trying to download that code, the malicious code take the control of your entire machine. If it is a virus or maybe a Trojan horses, or it may be a it may be a bombs, whatever may be. So, but though it will be attached with your spam. And the next one is called mail bombing. It is similar to that DOS attack, but instead of sending a message to the particular machine, just you are sending the mail to the particular system. It is called mail bombing. And the next one is called sniffers. Actually, this is a diagrammatic representation of sniffers. So you must, once if you want to understand the concentration, just you can try to understand the difference between TCP hijacking with, or maybe man in the middle attack with the sniffers. Actually, in a TCP hijacking attacks, once if the packet is transferred from source, before reaching the destination, the third party member just to hack the packet and try to update the message and it will forward to the destination. So that is the concept TCP hijacking attack, or maybe man in the attack. But here, the thing is the message. That means that the hackers means here in the sniffers, they are not updated anything. Just they are just monitoring what is the message which is shared between your sender and the destination. That means sender and the receiver, or maybe a source and destination. That is called sniffers. And the next one is called social engineering. The social engineering means that it is the process of using social skills to convince the people and to reveal some access credentials or maybe other valuable information to the attacker. It means that so just we are speaking to someone and we are so with the help of your talent, your skills, we are talking like as authorized person and try to get some password credential from them, and you are getting valuable information and given to the attacker to that. So simple example is called as ATM card forgery. I mean that even they are calling you and they called from like as a bank and they are asking like phone number or PIN number or maybe OTP like that. That is an example for social engineering. So example, so here there is, I need to quote to one technical term that is called a phishing. Actually the phishing means that it is a process of gaining the personal information from the individual by using social skill. It is called as a phishing. And the next one is called as a buffer overflow or forming. Actually, the buffer overflow means that whenever we are transferring some information, so that it will be cross the n number of routers. So in between that, every router have a capacity. And we know that if there is a huge amount of network traffic is there, whenever the particular packet is received to that buffer, then the buffer always to fill. So it means the buffer fill one automatically, the buffer must drop a packet. So this is the way by using that concept we are trying to hack the informations. And the next one is called timing attack. Here we know that every browser, every machine need to maintain that the access history of the user. I mean that the previous accessing procedure from the user. So those information will be recorded in the form of cache. We call as web browser caching. So we are trying to hack the information from the cache memory. I mean that from that web browser cache. This is called timing attack, because the cache value maximum retains only for the 7 minutes only. Once the 7 minutes over, then automatically those activities, the content will be erased. So by using the malicious code, we are going to hack the information from the cache data. So the cache data means that is called cookies. normally we call as a cookies. Normally cookies will be enabled only for a 7 minutes duration in a machine, so that we are by using a cookies we are going to track all the activities of the user. So these are the 15 kinds of an attack is possible for every organization. And the one term is you have to understand the difference between attack and threat. Threat is always a constant danger, and it's very difficult to provide some solution for a threat. But attack is a possible. Always we are trying 90% of attacks we can able to find a solution. So some attacks are just I can recall once again. The attack means that with the help of your vulnerability in the system, we are trying to compromise your controlled system to in order to access the information. So that there are different type of attacks is possible. One is called malicious code, hoaxes, backdoor, password crack, brute force attack, dictionary, denial of service, spoofing, man in the middle, spam, mail bombing, sniffers. Then social engineering, buffer overflow, and timing attack. Timing attack looking on cookie value, and buffer overflow always hack the informations by filling that network router memory. Automatically the buffer will be drop the packet. By catching the dropped packet, we are hacking the information. And social engineering, by the help of your social skills, and you are as an authorized person and try to get out some information from the user. It is simple example is the phishing. Phishing means you are getting personal or financial information from the individual with the help of their social skill. Then it is called as sniffers. And the man in the middle attack means that we are going to capture the packet in between source and destination and try to alter the content of the packet, and again it will push into the network and it will reach the destination and make the destination to use that information which is sent by the sender. But in a sniffers, actually in the man in the middle, the content in the packet must be modified, but in a sniffers it is not like that. Just the third party user just to monitor what is the communication will be taken place between source and destination. And the next one, spam mail. So the malicious code will always send through the spam mail. And the mail bombing it is similar to the DOS attack. Actually, just we are sending bulk mail to that particular mail transfer unit, MTA. So that automatically we are trying to hack the information and make the confusion system to respond to anything. And the next one is spoofing. Spoofing that we are making that we are authorized, unauthorized person makes that they are as an authorized person. By with the help of that credential, they are going to access the informations. They are going to make a forgery. And the denial of service, we are going to give a requests to we are going to targeting the particular machine, and we are going to give a n number of requests at the same time, and makes the system to confusions, and it makes the system to process anything with the help of that oscillation stain, and we are trying to hack the information from the system. And the dictionary, we are going to check with the list of predefined list of passwords for your production levels. And before certain, we are trying to for all the combination of the password. And for password crack, we are hacking the password file of the system and trying to predict it. And the backdoor, with the help of special privileges, we are going to access the information. Access is also same thing. It will be remain silent, and it will be access the information from the system whenever that particular timing the access will activate. And this is a malicious code. It is makes a virus or worms, or it may be as Trojan horses, it may be anything, but they are going to hack the information on unauthorized reservation. By using this code, they are going to access it. Maybe that unauthorized person may be an allied hacker or maybe an unskilled hacker, whatever may be. So these are the different type of possible type of attacks is possible for accessing the information. Thank you.